So, kinesthetic imagining, that was my dissertation, and when I was teaching at UCLA, in the dance therapy department, we would watch students apply, and we would say, this one has wonderful technique, but doesn't have it. This one doesn't have such great technique, but has it. And I started wondering, what's this it? What are we actually teaching in this program? We're not teaching technique, we're not teaching. So for my dissertation, I interviewed students over a 2-year period about what they were learning or what I think we actually were teaching. And it's more about ways to listen to the body, ways to understand the language of the body, ways to interpret it for ourselves, ways to think about how it's a metaphor for everything in our lives, what's going on as we move. So this interconnection. And it seemed to me a couple of stages. So the first is waking up the body. So there's perception and sensating. We've been doing a lot with warm-up. And then the second part is you develop the themes. You use, it's like dream interpretation. As images come up, you can amplify, you can repeat, make big or make smaller, but to take the themes and make them more visible. And I think of it also from intrinsic to extrinsic. You begin to externalize them so you can see them, feel them, the theme. And then the third part is just the reflection part. I call it action hermeneutics because hermeneutics is a study of text, and we're looking at movement as a poem. We call it an action poesis. It's not everyday movement so much we're looking at, not past the salt, but it's more symbolic movement that comes from a different place. It actually, I find, sort of has 3 levels of meaning, like a text. There's the literal level, which is like shot, and it is really past the salt, where the gesture is just what you're doing, and it's clear. And then there's another more symbolic level, where I was working with a student in the class who was, 2 people were just feeling the weight, and she says, this is like my relationship to my boyfriend. We're balancing, sometimes one is too much, we have to, and so it's like a metaphor, it's like this or like that. So it's a part of speech that's like a metaphor. And then the third is the numinous, as you would call it, or sacred. When you're in another realm, and it often happens when this happens in a group, of first you're leading, then everybody's leading, then we're all being led. And you can feel that moment. And it's not a direct action, image, correlation. We could be doing almost anything, but there's something in the room that's guiding us. So those 3 levels of text in biblical interpretation have 4 levels. So, and this was based on the work of Paul Ricoeur, who's a linguist, who looks at kind of these 3 layers of text and interpretation. So we do those all the time in movement. And kinesthetic is, kinesis is the muscles moving in the joints, and the aesthetic is, according to Aristotle, the forming into meaning, images, phrases. So it's the meaning that the body moving is already forming.